Are you tired of feeling like you have so much to offer in your work, but it's just not coming through? Watching what everyone else is doing and wondering whether that will work for you? Stop that right now. You've come to the right place because here on the Cosmic Queen podcast with me, Rachel Starr, you're going to discover your genius, your gifts, and how you can use your iconic cosmic blueprint to create the business and lifestyle you crave. I started my business as a side hustle alongside my successful career in tech. When I had my son during lockdown, I knew it was time to leave the corporate jungle for the entrepreneur's adventure. I'm a 2-5 manifesting generator with a Sag midheaven archetype, and I've built it all my way. Now I'm going to teach you to do the same. This is a no cookie cutter advice zone. Here we use personalized and effective systems like astrology and human design to work smarter, not harder, and have a damn good time doing it. Welcome to the Cosmic Cutting Edge. Welcome back to the Cosmic Queen podcast. It is me, Rachel Starr, and today we're talking about a very specific transit. Now, this will actually be my first podcast episode where we're talking about a specific transit. Normally, I talk about bigger kind of cycles and things, but I want to talk about Venus in Leo. Today, we're talking about Venus in Leo because today, July 11th, the day that I am recording this, actually is the day that Venus moves into Leo. So it is moving out of the sign of Cancer, moving into the sign of Leo, and it's going to be there until August 4th. So if you're listening to this in 2024, year of our goddess Beyonce, and you are listening between July 11th and August 4th, then this applies to you. I think that also if you're just a student of astrology and you're just interested in learning about all of these things, then this applies to you because it happens every year. You know, Venus is going to go through all of the different signs. But also if you are someone who was born with Venus in Leo in your birth chart, this is going to apply to you as well. So what is the masthead here? What is the main thing that people are that you need to take away from this episode, that you need to take away when you're thinking about what does Venus in Leo mean for me, or what does Venus in Leo mean for my life and my work? Here it is. Okay, here's the headline, red letters, top of the masthead information. It's time to be more courageous in love and with money. Now, something I like to talk about is how the frequency of love and the frequency of money are very similar, if not the same. They're both about receiving. They're both about being open in your heart and being ready and willing to receive love. And that's fascinating. That's a mic drop in itself, just to kind of contemplate that and think about that. If you're someone who's experiencing some money challenges, join the club. I think all entrepreneurs, everyone out there is really experiencing, I don't necessarily need to use the word challenges, but some interesting developments around their relationships with money, shall we say, since the pandemic. Right? Whether you're doing well, you're making lots of money, or you're having some challenges and you're struggling and all of that, regardless, the way you make money has changed since the pandemic. And so I think that today's message of being more courageous with love and money is really going to be very inspirational, motivational, and positive for all of us to hear, me included. Okay. So first, let's talk about love and money. Then we'll get, or love and courage, and then we'll get to money and courage. So Venus is the planet of love and the planet of money. It's all about receiving. It's all about, if you do tarot, it's the Empress card. It's all about pleasure. It's all about enjoyment. It's all about like being present in the moment. It's not about worrying about the future, and it's not about ruminating on the past. And so think about your love life. Are you in a place right now where you're ruminating a lot? You're thinking a lot about the past. You're thinking a lot about what's happened. You're thinking a lot about, where things were, where you kind of wish they had been, all of that kind of stuff. Stop that right now. It's not helping you and it's not healthy. What you need to do instead is think about the lessons of Venus which when you think about the symbol of Venus, this is how I always remember what Venus means. I don't, if you're watching on YouTube, I could show you an image of the symbol of Venus. It is the female symbol. So you see right there, it's a circle with a downward pointing cross. We call that the cross of matter. And in mystical symbolism, this symbology is very important. So the circle really represents like spiritual understanding and wisdom. And then the cross of matter represents groundedness, stability, and represents like being in the body. And so when you put those two things together and you point the cross downwards, we find that, you know, the symbol for the planet Venus is really all about finding groundedness and stability and spiritual wisdom within the body. That's what it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. If you think about how that is such feminine energy, right? It's not about being up here in the head. It's not about being logical. It's not about being away with the fairies. Thank you for the likes. I'm also live on TikTok right now. It's not about being away with the fairies. It's not about being up in like the different realms and traveling around. I'm Pisces rising. We love that too. But Venus is not about that. Venus is about going within to find the answers. And so with this Venus and Leo season, we're thinking about, okay, how am I going to be more courageous in love? Well, first of all, I got to love myself. I've got to love my body. I have to get into my body in order to understand what it is that I want and how I am the embodiment of love in my life. And so, does this mean that the current relationship you're in right now is perfect for you? No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is being courageous in knowing what you want, knowing what you desire, and giving it to yourself first. Is this whole concept of applying your own oxygen mask before you apply that to the people around you, right? It's, oh, oh. That was such a magical moment. Like, thank you for sending me a gift. Oh my God, Marianne, you are the best. Can you all hear that? I hope that this is picking up all of these celebrations on TikTok. This is so perfect. Thank you, you all. I reached my goal. You gave me so many roses. You gave me 8 roses. Okay. Like this. Okay. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are absolutely the best. You just made my whole day. And I love that I'm literally talking about Venus. And on TikTok, people are giving me beautiful roses and I'm getting this like celebration. You can't make this shit up, okay? So Venus and Leo, like I said, being courageous in love, being courageous to go on TikTok live for 90 minutes and do your thing. It's all about being open to receive, but giving it to yourself first. Okay. So that's what Venus and love is all about. When you give to yourself first, right? When you actually get into your body and you're like, yes, I am the embodiment of love. I am the empress. I am the emperor. I am like the one who is deserving and worthy of what I want to receive in the world, right? When you actually receive that, then you actually get clearer and it's easier to make decisions like, is this person right for me or not? Is this relationship right for me or not? Do I need some stronger boundaries or not? If you're asking that question, the answer is probably yes, I have to say. And everything just becomes more clear. Everything, all the mind drama, all the head drama just goes away. Let's talk about money now. Okay, so Venus and Leo, courage between now and August 4th, courage and love. Okay, courage, whatever that means, to leave, to stay, to give to yourself, to be more brave, to be more clear about what you want, all that stuff. Let's talk about money. So, Venus in Leo is a really, really amazing transit for money as well. So if you are someone who has been struggling financially, who has maybe the money is not flowing the way that you wanted to, this is your transit, my queen. Like this is your transit. This is the time to really tap in to being courageous with money. What do I mean by that? Oh, bye, King Khan. I love you. Take care of yourself. So being courageous with money would be like being clear about like what money you would like to receive and realizing that you're actually worthy of that. The Leo-ness, that fixed fire sign comes in, and it's reminding you to be visible. If you actually want to receive more money, think about how visible you're being. Are you being visible enough to receive? Are you being visible enough to, you know, realize that you deserve it and that you have something to offer into the world? So I'm an entrepreneur. Let me talk to my entrepreneurs for a moment. I made a video the other day that you all seem to really like and that really spoke to some of my core beliefs as a life and a business coach, which is that the entrepreneur's number one job is to be visible. Like that is the number one, to be visible. Absolutely. You've got to do it. You've got to be it. You've got to live it. And of course, that means that as an entrepreneur, our number one challenge or struggle is confidence, right? Because it's like we have to be visible, we have to do this, and now it's time to be confident. So how are we going to make that happen? So with Venus and Leo, it's like in order to really receive it, we have to recognize that we're worthy of being seen. We personally, as a human, are worthy of being seen. Also, our work, the creative product of our brilliant genius mind, is also worthy of being seen, right? And so think about that for a minute. Let me just pause because sometimes I talk and talk and talk and talk, but we need an integration moment. So let me pause there. Think about it. Ask yourself, am I being visible? Yes or no? There's no maybe, there's no gray area, right? Am I being visible? Ask yourself, am I being as visible as I would like to be? So say you have a dream or a goal of being like financially free or even paying your bills, whatever it is. So let's talk about one of my goals is to have consistent 10K months. I've achieved $10,000 a month before in my business several times. So it's something that I've been able to do, but it's not consistent like every single month. And so I'm like, okay, one of my goals is to have that consistent 10K months. And so if you envision who is that woman, who is that person who achieves that, who has that, then how visible are they? Are they willing to have a podcast? Are they willing to do a photo shoot and have their face be on their brand? Are they willing to write an article for Women's Health magazine and have their name be out there as someone who's an expert in what they do? Right? How visible would that person who achieves that thing be? And then how visible are you willing to be right now? Just tune into that for a moment. Thank you, my alarm. My alarm just went off. I like that. All the little interruptions are so perfect because that is just telling me it's time. Whenever your alarm goes off, it's like, it's time. It's time. Time for what? Time to be brave about money. Money is on the frequency of love. It is the frequency of of love. It's the same thing. And so if we are ready and willing and open to receive love, then we are ready and willing and open to receive money too. It's this idea of being supported. I did this meditation for myself this morning and I pulled a tarot card for myself and I pulled actually, I want to see if I can show you the card. So for those of you who are watching the video, I'm going to pull out a card right now and show you the oracle card that I pulled for myself. It was so perfect because I did this meditation about embodiment and success and abundance, really tapping into this Venus and Leo energy. And I was thinking about how it's so much about support because Venus is not Mars. Okay. That's another mic drop here. Can we just this needs to be an Instagram post. Venus is not Mars. Like just a reminder. Venus is not about let's go do a million things. Venus is about opening and receiving. It's yin energy, it's feminine energy, right? And that's the frequency. Money is feminine energy. So it's the frequency of receiving. And a lot of times, I think, especially, I'll raise my hand for type A overachievers, star student, teacher's pet, recovering people pleaser people like me, and maybe like you, if you're listening to this, if you have any of those qualities and patterns that you are breaking right now, for people like us, our big lesson around money is being supported, is being willing to be supported. And I will be the first to raise my hand to say that that is something I struggle with. And I know that that's why I don't have the consistent 10K months yet. My business, I'm successful, I'm able to support my family, it's great, but I don't have that consistent overflow yet. And I know that it's because of cracking this code. It's cracking this code of, I deserve support. I deserve to receive support. I don't have to do it all by myself. I get to be, blessed, supported, loved, spoiled, like all of those things. And for those of us, firstborn daughters of immigrants, like that grew up, that is not what we were taught, right? We were taught that you got to rely on yourself. We were taught to be hyper independent. We were taught to be, bringing home the bacon. We were taught to like go out and get it and hustle. And those are some good things right there. But the challenge is that when it comes time to receive, we do struggle with that. And so I thought it was lovely that I pulled this card today. So I'm going to show you a picture and I'm going to describe it to those of you who are just listening to the audio. So I pulled this card. This is from the Work Your Light Oracle deck, which I absolutely love. It's one of my favorites. It's so beautiful. And it's called Keepers of the Earth. So I'm going to show it on YouTube. It's probably going to be reversed, so apologies, but you can Google it if you want to. Keepers of the Earth, and I'm going to show it on TikTok. There you go. You can screenshot that if you want to save it for the day. Beautiful. The subtitle here is "You Are Not Alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you." Of course, I pulled this card. Of course, on the day that Venus moves into Leo, I recognize that in order to bring overflow, bring abundance, bring that soft girl summer, that siren summer. I'm going to do a whole campaign, by the way, on siren summer. That's coming soon. That's a little tidbit. Then we got to be open to support, right? And guess what? We already have a team. So for those of you out there that are like, oh, but I don't have, like a wealthy family member that can just fund my lifestyle, or I don't have this, or I don't have a best friend, or I don't have that, blah, blah, blah. You all have ancestors. Like you all have ancestors that are rooting for you. They're rooting for you. They're rooting for me. It's making me feel a little bit emotional right now. But it's true. It says, "You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you." And just to describe it, because I said I would, it's this beautiful card. It's got like 3 planets and moons on top of each other. It's got a woman with a beautiful crown of flowers and laurels surrounded by power animals. So I have indigenous ancestors, indigenous descent, and I love to look at like totem animals or power animals, because we're all born with a power animal. I should do a meditation at some point of meeting your power animal. That's how I met mine in London, through an amazing ceremony that I did with Wolf Sister. And there are jaguars here, there are elephants here, there are wolves here, there are eagles, all kinds of, and manatees and dolphins as well, and an older woman ancestor at the top of the pile of planets. It's this beautiful, like cerulean blue. Yes, Devil Wears Prada, cerulean blue background. And it's just so soothing and peaceful and balanced to look at this card. And just remember that you've got a spirit team. You've got people behind you. You've got people that want to spoil you, that want to take care of you, that want you to recognize that you are 100% worthy of all of the love, all of the money, all of the visibility, all of the recognition for your work that you have always dreamed of. And Venus in Leo is being courageous enough to say yes. Venus in Leo is being courageous enough to open your heart like a blossoming rose and say, yeah, this door is open. I am ready to do the thing. So let's go do the thing. Venus and Leo, powerful stuff, potent stuff. That fire energy is just lighting us up. And I'm so, so freaking excited. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed learning about what a Venus and Leo transit means for us. I hope that you take it to heart and you really like tap into this in your life, in your love life, and in your business. And if you live with this every day, if you were born with a Venus and Leo, more power to you, queen. Like that's amazing because that means that you always have access to this energy easier than the rest of us. So you are someone who's very courageous in love, someone who's very courageous in with money as well, and you're willing to do the embodiment work so that you can lean back and receive and be supported and cared for by the people that you love, by the money that is coming to you for the what you do and for the genius that you are, right? Just got to receive, just got to be open, just got to be Venus and Leo, baby. So good. All right, I'm going to love you and leave you now. A quick plug for things that are coming up in Cosmic Queen World because I'm too lazy to record a separate ad for this, though I'm just going to add this on to the end. There are some really exciting things coming up in my world. Like I said, I am going to dub this with my crown and scepter a siren summer. So I'm going to be talking about that soon, what that means, how to tap into siren energy using your human design and your astrology. It's going to be so powerful. And so that's watch this space. I just started a new content series about iconic and how to be iconic in your life and also with your personal brand and your business. So check that out as well. I also have a couple of programs going. So if you want to learn astrology, my astrology course is always open because it's a on-demand video course. And then I have live quarterly calls. So the next quarterly call I think I'm going to do in September. So you could join, start doing the modules, start watching the program and learn the art and the science of astrology, how to read a birth chart, how to understand all the things I've been talking about today. And then you can join live and we're going to do an amazing Q&A just for you. It's going to be so fun in September. There's an amazing group of people in there. There's a Telegram group as well. That's kind of a little secret. I just opened it up. And so I do office hours there. I'm going to do some office hours next week. So you can just ask me anything. Ask me anything about your chart. Ask me anything about people's charts that you're reading, that you're learning, whatever. It doesn't matter. So you can just ask me stuff. I like to be open and accessible, like behind the scenes. My community is so amazing and thriving. So I encourage you to look at my course, The Star. That's my astrology course. My human design course is on now. We have week 3, so it's still in the beginning. You can still join if you want to. It's a certification as well. We have week 3 today. We're talking about the solar plexus, the emotional center. We're talking about the G center, the identity center, and we're talking about the heart center, yes, which is all about confidence. So we're learning about those today. And what else do I have? Transits masterclass. There's always a million things. I'm a manifesting generator. What can I say? So the Transits Masterclass is today, July 11th. If you're listening to this after today, don't worry, you can get the replay. It's $44 and you get my calendar. So you get I showed it earlier. You get the calendar, which is amazing. This is last year's calendar. I don't have the printout yet of this year's calendar, but this is what it looks like essentially. And then there's reflection pages and lots more that I added this year. So you get every single month amazing astrology transits, human design transits, and how to read it. Plus you get this masterclass understanding how to read transit. So never again do you need to come on TikTok live with me and say, Rachel, what is going on in the stars? What the hell is happening? Because you'll know, because you'll be able to, because you did my masterclass. So check that out. And then of course I do readings. I do business assessments. I have my reader Nicola who does foundation readings as well. Business assessments for people who want to understand how in alignment am I according to my astrology and human design. And I do coaching. So that's all the things. Let me know. And there's some special stuff coming soon, of course, but I'm not going to talk about that yet. But let me know how I can help you. If you are wondering what to do next and what to do first, just message me. on Instagram, on TikTok, on all of the things, and we'll chat. I love you all. I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day, and I will see you next time. As I always say, keep reaching for the stars.